High above the mountains, where the air is thin and the world below seems small, an eagle circles silently in the sky. It doesn't rush, it doesn't panic, it doesn't chase everything it sees. It simply watches, patiently, carefully, strategically, and then, when the moment is right, it strikes. In a matter of seconds, the eagle accomplishes what other birds spend hours trying to do. Now, here's a question. Why is it that some people seem to move closer to success every year, while others work harder and harder but stay stuck in the same place? Is it because they are smarter, luckier, more talented? Sometimes, but often, the difference is something much simpler. They think differently. And surprisingly, one of the greatest examples of that mindset can be found in nature. Inside the life of an eagle. Today, we're going to discover what eagles can teach us about success, money, and the psychology of winning. And by the end of this story, you may realize that the biggest obstacle between you and success isn't your income. It isn't your education. It isn't your background. It's the way you're choosing your targets. On a rocky mountain cliff, a young eagle stood at the edge of its nest. Below him stretched an endless valley, forests, rivers, mountains, and opportunities everywhere. The young eagle was excited. He wanted to prove himself. He wanted success immediately. The moment he spotted movement below, he dove. A rabbit missed. A squirrel missed. A fish missed. Another bird missed again. By sunset, he was exhausted, hungry, frustrated, and still empty-handed. Nearby, an older eagle watched silently. Finally, the young eagle asked, "Why do I keep failing?" The older eagle replied, "Because you're chasing everything." The next morning, the young eagle noticed something strange. The older eagle wasn't hunting. At least it didn't look like hunting. He simply sat on a high branch, watching. Hours passed. Nothing happened. The young eagle became impatient. "Why aren't you doing anything?" The older eagle smiled. "I'm working." "But you're just sitting there." "No," said the elder eagle. "I'm deciding what is worth my energy." The young eagle didn't understand. But later that day, something happened. The elder eagle spotted a large fish near the river. One precise dive, one perfect strike, one meal. Mission accomplished. The young eagle finally understood. The eagle wasn't lazy. The eagle was selective. Most people live like the young eagle. They chase every opportunity, every trend, every business idea, every side hustle, every shiny object. One week it's crypto. The next week it's dropshipping. Then it's AI. Then it's real estate. Then something else. They spend years moving, but never progressing. The problem isn't effort. The problem is focus. Eagles teach us something powerful. Success is not about doing more things. Success is about doing fewer things better. The average person wastes enormous energy chasing opportunities that don't matter. Meanwhile, successful people often look boring. They focus, they commit, they stay patient, and eventually they win. Most birds flap their wings constantly. They fight the wind, they burn energy. But eagles do something different. They use air currents. Instead of fighting the wind, they rise with it. This is one of nature's greatest examples of leverage, and leverage is one of the biggest secrets of wealth. Many people try to solve every problem with more effort, more hours, more stress, more work, but wealthy people often think differently. They ask, "How can I get a bigger result from the same effort?" They use systems, investments, technology, skills, networks. Just like an eagle uses the wind. The lesson: working harder is useful. Working smarter is powerful. Working smarter with patience is unstoppable. One afternoon, the young eagle noticed hundreds of birds flying in different directions. Each bird seemed excited. Each bird seemed busy. Each bird appeared to know exactly where it was going. The young eagle became nervous. What if they're finding opportunities I'm missing? The older eagle laughed. Most birds are chasing movement. What does that mean? They see motion and assume value. This is exactly what happens in money psychology. People see others making money. Suddenly they feel behind. They jump into investments they don't understand, businesses they haven't researched, trends they don't believe in. Not because they're good opportunities, because they're afraid of missing out. The eagle doesn't suffer from this problem. It doesn't chase every movement. It waits for the right movement, and that's why it wins. One day, dark clouds gathered over the mountains. A powerful storm approached. Small birds rushed for shelter. Fear spread everywhere. The young eagle became worried. But then he noticed something extraordinary. The older eagle wasn't hiding. It was rising, higher and higher and higher, using the storm itself to climb above the clouds. The young eagle was shocked. "Why are you flying into the storm?" The elder eagle replied, "Because what others fear can become your advantage." This lesson applies directly to life. Most people panic during uncertainty, economic downturns, market crashes, business challenges, career setbacks. They retreat, but successful people often see opportunities where others see danger, not because they are fearless, but because they are prepared. The storm that destroys one person often creates opportunity for another. Years passed. The young eagle became stronger, smarter, more disciplined. Eventually, he noticed something important. The most successful eagles weren't the fastest. They weren't always the strongest. They weren't always the most aggressive. They were simply the most patient. This truth exists everywhere. In business, in investing, in careers, in life. People dramatically overestimate what they can achieve in 1 month, and dramatically underestimate what they can achieve in 10 years. The eagle understands long-term thinking. It doesn't need immediate rewards. It trusts the process. Most wealth is built the same way. Slowly, quietly, patiently, one decision at a time. One evening, as the sun disappeared behind the mountains, the young eagle asked one final question. What is the biggest secret of success? The elder eagle looked toward the horizon, then answered, most creatures spend their lives chasing what is close. The successful learn to see what is far away. The young eagle remained silent. The elder continued, most creatures focus on today's hunger. Successful ones prepare for tomorrow. Most creatures react. Successful ones think. Most creatures chase everything. Successful ones choose carefully. At that moment, the young eagle finally understood. Success wasn't about speed. It wasn't about talent. It wasn't about luck. It was about clarity, knowing what matters, ignoring what doesn't, and having the patience to stay focused. The next time you see an eagle soaring high above the mountains, remember this. The eagle doesn't become powerful because it works harder than every other bird. It becomes powerful because it sees differently. It chooses differently. It focuses differently, while others chase every opportunity. The eagle waits for the right one. While others fear storms, the eagle uses them to rise. While others look down, the eagle looks ahead. And perhaps the greatest lesson of all is this. Success is not about doing everything. Success is about doing the right things consistently. One smart decision, one valuable skill, one meaningful investment, 1 year of patience, then another, just like the eagle climbing higher with every current of wind. The people who succeed aren't always the fastest. They aren't always the smartest. They aren't always the luckiest. They are often the ones who know where to focus their energy. And that is what eagles teach us about success. Don't chase everything. Choose your target. Stay patient and soar higher than the crowd.